Hi, I'm Dennis Phillips, and welcome to Everyday Reloading and Shooting. Okay, so we're going to look at a 68 grain bullet. Okay, so we're going to take these loads that we did with H335 and the Varget powder. These were our most recent targets where we had some decent groupings. So I don't think that developing the powder charge is going to tighten that up any, but I'm going to vary the weight of the bullet. So we're going to be loading these at the same powder charge weight, 21.6 grains of H335 and 23.3 grains of Varget. And we're going to be loading 68 grain bullets at those charge weights. And it's in the manual, it's within the specifications, and it adds probably about 30 feet per second in velocity to these two rounds. So not a drastic change, but a different weight in bullet may perform differently with these powders. So that's what we're going to test and find out. Nothing to do now but take them to the range, shoot them, measure them, analyze them, and report back. All right, so today I'm continuing my test with the H335 and Varget powder. But in order to fine tune this load, I'm dropping down from a 73 grain ELD match to a 68 grain Boattail hollow point bullet. Not only are there 5 grains difference in weight, but the bullets are 2 different shapes, as you can see in the photo right here. But I will be shooting at the same charge weight of 21.6 grains on the H335 and 23.3 grains on the Varget powder. So I'm going to send these down. We'll be shooting at 100 yards. As always, you can enjoy the music while I fast forward through my shooting, or you can fast forward to the results at the end. And again, on this trip, we'll be shooting 2 different targets. All right, let's get going. All right, these shot just kind of so-so, so let's bring them in and take a look. So here's the barrel warming group. After shooting this group, I adjusted the scope 1 click to the left and 2 clicks down. And it started shooting even further to the left and only 2 clicks down. Of course, this is a different bullet, so it's shooting differently. Second target shooting way to the left, so I adjusted it again 1 click back to the right. Got a little tighter. So many of these are scattered too. These should be grouping under 1 inch. Here you've got okay, so this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know where the heck that came from. Okay, that came from this group over here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth one right here. That is just really bizarre. I have no clue how that happened. You know what? It's got to be the powder, because I know my aim was good, and I know my trigger pull was good. No reason why it should have shot that far over. All right, let's shoot the Varget powder, and let's see how it does. We'll take these home and measure them and see how they compare. Again, as always, you're welcome to enjoy the music while I fast forward through my shooting, or you can skip forward to the results. Shooting Varget powder with 23.3 grains and a 68 grain boat tail hollow point bullet. All right, these were a little less scattered than the H335, so let's bring them in and take a look. All right, these grouped a little better. We've got about an inch here, definitely under an inch here, about an inch here. Looks like an inch and a half, and 4 clustered pretty close together right there. So these did shoot better, but still I got to find that right load for this particular bullet and powder. Still looking for that right combination, so we will continue to do further testing with the Varget powder, and we'll find a load that works. So we'll take these home, measure them, and see how they compare. So here are my results from the range today. Before I got into my load development and testing, I did a barrel fouling group, and this was with the same charge weight, 21.6 grains of H335, and I was using a 55 grain full metal jacket bullet. It was shooting high and to the right, so before I got into my load development testing, I adjusted it 2 clicks down and 1 click to the left, and I would not have thought it would have made that much of a difference, except the 68 grain bullet being a heavier bullet, I guess, shot substantially different. And so here are our groups from today. Did not shoot nearly as good as last time out, so we're going to have to do some more work on this load and tweak this a little bit. But we had groups of 175, 130, 136, 105, and look at this one at 544. When I first looked at the target, I saw this bullet hole right here, and I thought it was part of this group, and then I counted the holes, and I saw there were already 5 here. So this, for whatever reason, this bullet belongs with this group over here, and that shot a group of 5.44 inches. So if you average these out, the average extreme spread was 2.18. And this one, of course, really threw the group off. So if you back that one out, even minus that, the group average is 1.37. And the best 4 out of 5 measured 1.21, and minus target number 5, it was 1.13. Now, the last time out when we were shooting this same load, we were shooting a 73 grain ELD match bullet, and it shot quite a bit better. So we had groups of 89, 94, 135, 81, and then we had this large group, scattered group at 2.29. but we had 3 out of 5 that were under an inch, and our average extreme spread was 1.26 compared to an average extreme spread today of 2.18. So almost an inch difference on the average group size. And then on the best 4 out of 5, where today it was 121, the last time out it was 0.64 inches, about half the size on the best 4 out of 5 there. So I think we're going to have to do some more testing on this. If we're going to use the H335 powder, we're probably going to have to look at some different charge weights. All right, so much for that. And then we also shot the Varget, and it did group considerably better than the H335. We had groups of 106, 84, 112, 184, and 161. But again, not exceptional, not great. So we did have one group that was under an inch right here at 0.84. And so our average extreme spread was 1.29, and the average best 4 out of 5 was 0.87. The last time out, when we were shooting the 23.3 grains with the 73 ELD match bullet, we had groups of 124, 146, 51, 91, and 120. So we had an extreme spread average of 106 compared with 129 today. And we had an average best 4 out of 5 at 0.60 compared with 0.87 today. So if we're going to continue to develop this bullet and this powder, we're probably going to have to run a ladder test and see if we can find a charge weight in there. And it may just be that that bullet and that powder combination just don't work. So we may have to look elsewhere. So anyway, those are my results today. If you have any thoughts or ideas or suggestions, please leave a comment below. I always appreciate those, and I always try to interact with everybody that leaves a comment. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time.